where it is secret, and then you thumbprint, after which you bring the ballot to come and cast your vote in the ballot box. All right, so that's the procedure for this election. And all is geared towards ensuring that the process is seamless, the process is free, it's fair, and it's credible. And that's been one major talking point as far as our electoral process is concerned. Over the years, from one election year to another election year, the issue of credibility, the issue of fairness, the issue of transparency and accountability has continued to dog our election. But we hope that this year we can actually get it right. Like Mr. President is showing his ballot paper. I don't know if that is not against the Electoral Act. You displaying your ballot paper after thumbprinting. That could be seen to be tantamount to trying to influence those who are loyal to you to say, look, you can see where my thumbprint is. Maybe you can just do exactly the same thing. And he's doing it for the second time, maybe because he's Mr. President. But anyway, we are seeing him putting the ballot papers into the ballot boxes to cast his vote, exercise his franchise. And his wife, is Aisha Buhari, is following suit in this exercise. It's the 2023 election, Nigeria Decides Live Studio. I'm sure Mr. President now is on the verge of engaging the media to give an impression or his impression about the conduct of the exercise so far. Okay, it's the Nigeria Decide Live Studios of Independent.
What are your expectations having voted, Your Excellency?
Well, the candidate I voted for, I already mentioned it in so many number of states, in Nasarawa, in Katsina, in Sokoto, all over the place. I mentioned my favorite candidate, and I believe my constituency will choose him 100%.
What is your advice to Nigerians as they await the announcement of the results?
Yes, Nigerians should make sure that they have been respected. That means the candidates they want to vote for, they are allowed to vote for him. It is a pity there is only one woman candidate as a governorship from Adamawa State. So the woman should kindly follow our APC presidential candidate, and everybody knows him.
This is the first time since 2003 that your name is not on the ballot. How has been the experience?
It's very exciting. I look at those who are competing, and some of them are so agitated. They didn't know that I tried 3 times. I ended up in Supreme Court 3 times. And then the 4th time I said, God did, and God sent technology. With permanent voters card, no fraudulent person can come and claim anything more than 1 vote for himself.
This one.
What you question?
Just ask for
to na murna cewa al'umma za su zaɓi wanda suke so daga kowace mazaɓa su zaɓi wanda suke so amma damfara irin ta da.
President Muhammadu Buhari, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the first citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, responding to the press after casting his vote in Daura, his hometown, expressing his confidence in the use of technology to actually cure many of the diseases in our electoral process. Apparently talking about the beavers, he mentioned about how he had to attempt to become president almost about 4 times, and he's seeing the wonders that technology has brought to bear in terms of sanitizing our electoral process. We hope that stays well. But there have been questions about him thumbprinting and then displaying the ballot paper. Isn't that against the Electoral Act? Isn't that against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Anyway, that's a matter for another day. We have a report just coming in. It says voting has already commenced at Erensoya Primary School, opposite ITV Radio at Igosa here. But the same cannot be said of Owina Primary School, which is just a stone throw from here. And the reason being that at Owina Primary Schools, the electoral officials, as well as election materials, they are yet to arrive. And that is creating a lot of agitation amongst the electorate. So we're hoping that the authorities in charge, particularly INEC, should look into this issue. Why are the election materials and the electoral officials yet to arrive at Owina Primary School at Igosa Oluku here? And it's creating a lot of agitation. Before people start taking laws into their hands, we need to swing into action and address the issue as promptly as possible so that those who have been there since 6 a.m. can actually exercise their franchise. Usually when people have shown so much commitment to a process of this nature and they don't have the opportunity to express their desires, they get frustrated and they can vent such frustrations on the people around, on the officials, and what have you. We saw a similar incident a few minutes back at the EDPA or so, where Don General Joseph Aguele was monitoring. The electoral officials got there late, and the reason was logistics, transportation. It's it's unacceptable because this is just within the Benin City metropolis. Benin City metropolis, yeah.
Happening, the shop commenced as early as 8 o'clock in some blocks.
Okay, we're trying to link up with Ferdinand Omel Sakwe, who is the Edo Central Bureau Chief covering Edo Central. We hope to be able to link up with him to give us a live update on what is happening in that senatorial district, particularly the places monitored so far. We'd like to know from you, Ferdinand, what is the turnout level? What's the level of security in the areas covered? What is the level of participation? Has voting commenced? Because election materials and the officials need to get to the voting centers on time to get the exercise started. Without them, the exercise can't start. If you like, go to the polling unit as early as 5 a.m. If you don't see election materials, you don't have the electoral officials, you can do nothing. You just have to wait. But that could lead to serious frustration, like it's already playing out at Owina Primary School, just on the Benin-Lagos Expressway axis of the town. But we hope the authorities in charge can actually swing into action and do something about the situation. We're hoping that we can link up with Alpha from Kaduna State to give us an update on what is happening in that part of the country. Hello, good morning. We have a bit of a challenge connecting. We hope we can actually establish connection, and so we can have this conversation and get an insight into what is happening in Kaduna State as far as the election is concerned. Can we have Alpha Umaru joining us now?
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're covering us from.
Yes, my name is Mohammed Sabiu. I'm calling from Kaduna.
Okay, Mohammed Kabiru. Okay, I think I missed that up a little bit.
Sabiu.
Yes, Mohammed Saliu. Thank you so much, Mohammed. Where exactly are you covering? What's the situation? Give us an assessment of the area of coverage so far.
Well, actually, this morning I came out to cover some polling units at Milonan City, specifically at Angwamaji. There's one polling unit at that area, in the area. So, up to the time, the Independent National Electoral Commission said voting will commence at 8:30. But surprisingly, when I went to the polling unit, there's no INEC official there. I was at that polling unit around 8:30, but no officials. So even the voters were just hanging around. Some of them, very, very few of them, came to the polling unit, but they are waiting for the INEC officials. That is the situation at that polling unit. So I tried to interview just few of them to ask them, are they not going to vote? Some of them told me they are going to vote, that the situation in the land is not palatable to them. They want to actually vote. And they want leaders now that have love for the people, leaders that care for the people. So this is their own view. Well, some of them said they are not going to vote. So when I asked a middle-aged man, I asked him, why is he not going to vote? He said, it's better to put a dog. I said, this is a very serious statement. He called it in Hausa Kare. It's better Asa Kare. So that it's better to put dog. Let Nigeria vote for dog.
Okay, I want to thank you. Let me thank you for this update that you've given us. We hope to link up with you much later to get more update, okay?
All right, so no problem. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Here from the Nigerian Decide studios of Independent Television, we're taking you now to Lagos, where the presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is on the verge of voting. We'll leave you with this live feed. We'll be back to talk more on it.
We'll get back to...
Yes, we hope to update you on that in a moment. A bit of a distortion there, technical though. I won't be able to bring you that live update. But let's get back to our panelists here in the studio. A whole lot is already happening as far as the election is concerned, with the electorates coming out. But I'm particularly taken aback that even within Benin City metropolis, there are certain polling units where INEC officials are yet to arrive, election materials are yet to arrive. We just started 2 cases now, one inside the town, and then the other at Owena Primary School, just a stone throw from here. Another primary school, which is opposite our studio here, already has election materials, officials on the ground. The exercise is going on. But another one just some few meters away, no material, no officials, nothing is happening. The people are agitated. Let's get your take on this here. Bryce,
well, I think that INEC ought to have put some of these things in place, because in the days before now, they gave us the reassurances that everything was in place and that logistics have been mobilized, resources, and then to ensure that these things materials get to their respective polling units. We are taken aback by what we are hearing now, and thank God we have this opportunity to also reach out to the authorities concerned so that something is done urgently. Otherwise, it would create a situation that may become unmanageable. People, when particularly they are taking out time to be at the polling unit very early in the morning, and then till this time, past 10, they are yet to see materials, and then INEC officials. Does not augur well for the process at all. Until the electoral officers and the INEC, the materials are available, no voting can successfully be undertaken. So we do not want a situation where people now take laws into their hands, because these are the kinds of stories that get people agitated, and then before you know it, they begin to create a stalemate. And I think we should do everything possible to ensure that those that are concerned, particularly for us here in Edo State, in Benin City.
Okay, let's just quickly keep tabs with the APC presidential candidate who is on the verge of voting Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu. I'm sure he's there with his wife, Oluremi Tinubu. We'll give you this live feed. We'll be back to talk more on the election. Another
all right, we'll stay with them
in that clip, but we're hoping that we can establish contact and continue with it. Yes, sir, Bryce.
Yes, we are in Benin City and we're experiencing this kind of age. I think it is not a good development at all. I begin to wonder what the story will look like by the time we begin to get reports from Edo Central, then Edo North, which are a bit far off from where the materials were kind of dispatched from. So INEC should step up their game, and then the authorities should ensure that things are done properly, because we do not want a situation where the process that we have applauded, that has started in earnest since morning, will now be truncated. That was why, of course, I had mentioned that it is not, it is too early to give an assessment of what the situation, what the whole exercise will turn out to be, because something could start very well, and then at the end of the day, you begin to get things like this. But I must give kudos to ITV for creating this platform, because it gives an opportunity for us to be able to reach out to the authorities concerned. I believe that those who are in charge of this whole affair, the stakeholders.
Okay, Pastor, well, let me pause you for a moment. I would like to take you to Bauchi, where Isa Hassan is already standing by to give us an update on the situation in Bauchi as far as the 2023 election is concerned. Isa, thank you for joining Nigeria Decides live studio of Independent Television.
You're welcome.
So quickly talk to us. What exactly are you covering, or you've covered so far? Let us know what's the situation in those areas in terms of security arrangement, in terms of the voters' turnout.
Okay, let me start from the last point you asked me about the security arrangement. At the moment, I'm inside the INEC office in Bauchi, and as I can see, the Commissioner of Police, the resident electoral commissioner are going out to monitor the conduct of the exercise center. As for what I was able to monitor, in fact myself, I was able to vote in my center, and the turnout is a little bit okay. The turnout of women and men is okay, but other centers is not like that. From report I received, we have a low turnout of LGU voters.
Okay, Isa Hassan joining us from Jarawa, from Bauchi State, giving us insight into the conduct of the exercise so far. How would you describe the voters' turnout in the areas you've covered so far, Isa?
Yes, like I said from the beginning, the turnout is reasonably okay, but I noticed that turnout of women is a little bit low. But I don't know whether maybe it is because of the situations we are in. But so far, the places I've visited, the turnout is not that impressive.
All right, Isa, thank you very much. We'll keep tabs with you. I hope before the close of voting, we'll be able to get more updates from you much later. Thank you very much, Isa.
You are welcome.
Okay, Isa Hassan from Jawara in Bauchi State, giving us an update on the exercise in the areas is covered so far. Voters turn out quite low. Security be solid in terms of the arrangement in place to ensure that voters are safe and they're well protected. But apathy seems to be the order of the day in the areas is monitored in Jarawa. So we hope that will improve, because there's still plenty of time between now and 2 p.m. today when voting is supposed to end. That's certainly something we look forward to. We're going straight now to join one of our field officers on the ground monitoring this election. Roslyn Evorame is already standing by. Roslyn, please take it away. Let us know where you're covering and the situation report. Yeah.
Here at Ward 2, Unit 2, in Oredo local government area of Edo State, accreditation and voting exercise commenced as scheduled. INEC officials came early, eligible voters came early as well, and waiting patiently to cast their votes. Some have cast their votes and they've left, while others are waiting to cast their votes. We've been early in the morning to other centers like George Ida Primary School, where voting was yet to commence. We've been to Ogbe Primary School, where voting was also yet to commence. We'll leave here now to other polling units to give you updates of happenings in those centers.
Fantastic, Roslyn Evorame, Oredo Ward 2, Unit 2, voting ongoing. In fact, some have voted and they've left. Others have voted and they are shining their eyes to wait for the remaining part of the exercise. But the good news is that the exercise is in full swing. We'll keep tabs with Roslyn much later today to have an update on the exercise in the areas that she's monitoring. So let's get back to our panelists.
Yes,
Pius.
like I was saying, I think I must commend ITV for this platform, which has given an opportunity for persons to also reach out for the purpose of drawing attention of the authorities concerned to some of these hitches and then lapses that we are observing, particularly with respect to polling units that have not commenced voting. These are situations that create tension and likely to undermine the entire electoral process. I must also say that the idea of also getting volunteer journalists is also a very laudable one. It is one that tends to put everyone in the know as to what is
we've got we'll take you to that state where Austin Azu, one of our crew on the ground covering this election, will be giving us an update from Ika North. Austin Azu, let us know exactly where you are at the moment. Give us the report on the security situation in terms of protection of lives and property, voters' response to this election, and let us know if INEC officials and the materials got to the voting centers at the designated 8:30 this morning. Yeah, Austin.
You never fail me.
Okay, we're getting feeds from that state, several places visited. Voting has already commenced in these areas, as filed in by Austin Azu. And you can actually see the turnout of people, both young and old. I mean, that's a pretty old woman who is sitting down to exercise her franchise. This is at Oni Primary School, Owa, Ika Northeast of Delta State. All of these, you're saying, videos coming in from Delta State. The exercise is on a full throttle in that state, and we hope to get more from that much later. Voting has commenced at Ward 2, Unit 104, Oni Primary School, Owa, Ika Northeast from Delta State. Blessing Ijewere. Hello, Blessing. Good morning. Blessing Ijewere is... yes, talk to us. Where exactly are you? Where are you calling us from? Ward 1, Unit 12. Is he in Oredo, Ego, Ikpobaoha? So where is that? That's Ikpobaoha? Okay, Ward 1, Unit 12. So what's the situation there?
There is no INEC office and police, nothing. We are just lost here. The multitude, the people here, they are very angry. They cannot have the patient.
Okay, okay, Ward 1, Unit 4 in Ikeja local government area. We're just being told now that no INEC officials on the ground, no election materials, no security agents. The people have been left to their fate in that polling unit. So we're calling on INEC, the State Resident Electoral Commissioner, to please take this information seriously so we can look at why these materials and the officials are yet to get to this particular polling unit, Unit 1 in Ikeja local government. Yeah, so are they arriving now? Idumo we now by the palace here, by Palace Road.
Yeah, palace, not the palace road.
Idumo we now Palace, okay. No election materials, no officials.
No election material opposite Modaberi Way, that street opposite Modaberi Way.
Okay, so we have the authorities. We hope the authorities in charge are listening, particularly INEC, to quickly look at some of these reports that are coming in, so we can find out where exactly the problem is coming from, and then we can deal with them.
You need to bring your crew here, your television, your radio, your men.
No, you are now. We have made you a part of the crew. We have made you a part of the crew. That's why you are reporting it firsthand, so that the authorities in charge will get to know about it, and then they can respond to it. Our crew are everywhere. I'm sure they'll be there shortly. But before they get there, you're already doing the yeoman's job by giving us an update live on the program in the studio, so the authorities in charge can do something about it. We have the information that at the Palace Road, Benin City, no officials on the ground, no INEC officials, no election materials. You shouldn't expect that. You should expect that, as a matter of fact, no security agents on the ground to deal with these issues. So please, we hope the authorities in charge will swing into action to address these issues ASAP, as we say. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you again, Blessing Ijewere, for that update. Our situation room number is there. You can dial it right now, right away. 080-7777-0300. That's the ITV Radio Nigeria Decides live studio situation room number. 080-7777-0300. Take that number right now. Send us pictures, send us videos. Let us know what's happening in your polling unit, especially if you have a challenge. Maybe the materials are yet to arrive, officials are yet to arrive, no security agents. Let us know what's happening in your area, and then we can escalate the issue so the authorities can do something about it. This is EDHA Speaker, Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Marcus Onobu, casting his vote at Unit 5, Ward 6, at Central Primary School in Iruekpen, Eastern Central Local Government, Eastern Central, Edo Central Senatorial District. I beg your pardon. But the bottom line is that Mr. Speaker has cast his vote, and that's the most important thing as far as this issue is concerned. Let us know what's the situation with your voting center. If the materials are yet to arrive, we'd like to know. If officials are yet to arrive, we'd like to know. If there are no security agents on the ground to deal with the issue, we also like to know, so we can escalate them appropriately and then get appropriate response so that you can cast your vote. We are all stakeholders as far as this election